So, welcome to JJ's Cookin'. Today, I'm playing Doki Doki Literature Club. I've seen this game played multiple times, but want to try it out myself. Okay. Hey! I have no clue who's saying that. Was somebody saying it? I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air, like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori? Sayori? I'm gonna say Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend that you'd never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting today, around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. Damn, man sounds like a douche. Hey, or a girl, I have no clue what gender I'm playing. But damn, they sound like a douche. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I'm... Ha! Ha! That's embarrassing. Okay, get it, Sayori. Get it? I overslept again! But I caught you this time. Look at Jade. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Jade. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Hee hee. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets became increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Jade, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? Okay. I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I mean, I would be interested in joining a club. What clubs y'all got? You got anime club? I'll be in that. I'll be in that. Foodies club? Count me in. Count me in. A girl likes to eat. A girl likes to eat. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you joined a club this year. When did I tell you that? I got no memory of telling you this. I just started this game. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just being on an average. On the average. Just getting by on the average. Damn girl, can you talk? While spending free time on games and anime. Period. Period. If that ain't me, that ain't me. I was just talking about how I'm worried that you wouldn't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. The audacity of Sayori. The audacity. What do you mean socialization skills? What do you mean socialization skill? Before college? Wow. Wow. Audacity. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. If it was, you would not be insulting my lack of socialization skills right now. Okay, Sayori? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. She just keeps throwing shade at me. Shade after shade after shade. I'd be catching all these fades. Like, let me cook. Roll credits. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Period. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Reasonable. The school is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before you know it. Period. Because why? Honestly, look at I was in the streets, made it to school. School is over. Period. I did not need to play out some class time. Excuse me. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Period. I'm gonna roll back the tapes. Roll it back. I did say I would join an anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have just came in the classroom while I was spacing out. What were you spacing out about? Anime club? I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. Ooh, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I thought I'd catch you coming out the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement. So I thought, you know what? Well, that maybe you could come to my club, Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. No way in hell, girl. I already set my eyes on anime club. Meanie. Obviously a meanie, girl. You interrupted my thoughts. I was gonna go straight to anime club. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. She's what? Vice president? Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. Okay, that was out of pocket. That was out of left field. That was mega left field. But you know what? Deserved. But was it out of left field? Yes. Yes, it was. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is granted to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to go to anime club, girl. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Girl, now why did you go on and lie? Why did you go? So she lied, and I'm over here fixing her problems for her. Wow, I see how it is. Don't make promises you can't keep. Exactly. Don't be making promises you can't keep that you be over here lying about things, girl. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yay, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Wow. The drama. The drama girl should have just joined drama club at this point. Oh, they should have just joined drama club if they're this dramatic. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the hallway I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. She said, "Whoop-pa!" Hey everyone, the new member is here. I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Girl number 1. Okay, Miss Purple Hair. I see you. I see you, Miss Purple Hair. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Oh, I'm a boy. Now, why am I a boy in this game? Audacity. Audacity. If they ever update this game, they gotta have gender roles. Being like, do you want to be non-binary, a boy, or a girl? Hell, what? It could have been a choice. Way to kill the atmosphere. Totally way to kill the atmosphere. She feels me. Ah, Jade, what a nice surprise. Now imagine a boy walking down the streets named Jade. I done nerfed this man's entire career. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Don't tell me he's one of those main character guys in them animes where every single girl likes him and he weird about it. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I can sense it from here. I can sense it from here. Do not tell me this man is beyond weird. Do not tell me this man is beyond weird. No. What are you looking at? If you want something, say it. Why does she look 12? She looks 12. Why am I stuttering? Sorry. Natsuki, she's the one that made the cupcakes? Okay. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Nazuki. Damn, I got an attitude? Is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think that she's probably a first year. Either she's a first year, or she skipped a couple grades and she's 12. She is also the one that made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You could just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says, audacity. Okay. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest one in the club. Okay. Is she a little emo weirdo? Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. How the hell do I know Monica? It's great to see you again, Jade. Monica smiles sweetly. Girl, why are you smiling at me like that? Look weird. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically completely out of my league. I could tell, dude. You're giving me pervy vibes. I could tell. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Jade. We made room for you at the table, so you could come sit with me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Where the hell you gonna make some tea in this classroom? I need to find girl. Tell me where the hell you made some tea in this classroom. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the counter of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I start to sit next to Sayori. It's given they're gonna kill me. That's the energy. That's the energy I'm getting in this room, is that they're gonna kill me, because why y'all taking all things anonymously like that? Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! I need to see what these cupcakes look like. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious, Sayori says with her mouth full, as she already managed to get some icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Girl, you 12. Why you looking at me? Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she has made it herself. This is really good. She's really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this before? Made them for you or anything. Nah. Now, why does that sound a lot like that one song where they're like, it's not like I like you or anything? That one, like, tsundere love song. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Made them... I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy. Alright. Okay, whatever you say, Natsuki. Whatever you say. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. Where the hell did she get a tea set from? I need to know where the hell she got a tea set from. Okay. You keep a whole tea set in this class. Exactly! That's what I was saying. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a cup of hot tea help you enjoy a good book? I mean, I guess. On a real note, I hate tea. I hate tea. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I mean that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. You lying on my name. You is lying on my name. I do not like tea. But you know what? I will scarf it down. I will scarf it down for this one. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I did not. Sayori dragged me here. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. I mean, yeah. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Debate club? Okay. Ha, well, To be honest, I can't stand the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! She's giving CEO. She's strict about her stuff. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still don't really know if I could keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Jade, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I guess. I mutter quietly to myself, half jokingly. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, things like that could just change. It could change over time. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements that usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Yeah, I thought she was about to say something like she on ACOTAR levels of romance type of book, you know what I mean? But she said horror. What's she reading? Stephen King? Stephen King? I read a horror book once. Apparently I did. I desperately grasped onto something I could relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Or a wall. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gave you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind at last club meeting. Damn! Monica, why are you so nosy? It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and Give It Back. Fine, fine. Hee hee, your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki, and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You know what? Period, Yuri. Period. That is a bar. That is a true bar. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you could set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for you, Yuri. Wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically. A girl cannot read. This is why I'm not in literature club. You see this? The struggle. At Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now we have a new member. I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Jade? Monica smiles warmingly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never really made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, Jade. You all. I'm defenseless against these girls. Dude, just stand your ground. Audacity. People be sad about what they be sad about, but like, chill. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. If writing poems is the price I have to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Audacity. Okay. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Sayori wraps her arm around me, jumping up and down. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came by for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed off. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem, bring it to the next meeting, so that we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Jade, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hee hee. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I really feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Anxiety is taking over me. Okay. Meanwhile, The girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Jade. Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore, because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the classroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders. Tease, what the hell is water? Waters back and forth. Wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in this literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member would like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. A beats. Okay. Sensation. Summer. Childhood. Precious. Vibrant. Variant. Together. Charm. Extraordinary. Unrequited. Unrequited. Comfort. Joy. Warmth. Who the hell goes with suicide? Whirlwind. Incapable. Ooh, incapable lust. Go with incapable lust. Peace. Misfortune. Anxiety. And then secretive. Ooh. Secretive. Hi again, Jade. Where the hell did I go? Okay, fine. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Jade. I hope this isn't too overwhelming a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't even know if you plan to come here to hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club. Damn, they just be at each other's throats. 1 second. What? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Jade always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with my busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy. It's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Girl, stop being coy. Stop being coy. He called you out. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Jade can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she puts me into. Oh, Yuri brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me. Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like it's a big deal when it's really not. What should I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. By the looks of it, Sayori, you just think with your heart and not your head? I'm gonna need you to think a little bit with your head, girl. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Almost said subscribe. You know what? Subscribe. Kidding. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't really want it to be. Alright, well here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so I hope it keeps your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Enthusiastically, I take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone is settled in, I expected Monica to kick off the schedule with some scheduled, club activities. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. In the closet? I see you, Natsuki. I see you. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down at the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature-related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could possibly fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna get seem really lame compared to all the other clubs though. Well, we can't give up. The festival's our chance to show everyone what literature is about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds so dense and intellectual, but it's nothing like that, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we could speak to their creative minds. What is this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food would do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Girl, why you cut off Monica mid-sentence? What was Monica? I would've, Cause why you interrupt me? Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. I mean, I would be too, girl. Anyways, we need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can pull her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Whoa! Damn, girl. Back up. I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Ugh, sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't napping club. Get into it, Sayori, get into it. Yes, it is not napping club. Does our school even have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have to have less time for anime, you know? You need to get used to it. Don't say that so loudly. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. Ehehe. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I cannot even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around there. Ah! I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either, and there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right there. Try to wipe at the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. You meanie. And you don't have to keep your blazer buttoned up. And don't you have to keep your blazer buttoned up? Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Damn. The rudeness. Once again. That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button up her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. That is such a weird ass angle. Is this so funny? What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Don't say that. You make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? Struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it? Girl, if you don't buy yourself a new blazer for your uniform, If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed it sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? That means my boobs got bigger again. Ugh, girl. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look so much better now. So, why does it feel so strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew. That's so much better. Sayori puts her arm out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, he wouldn't even let me do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Ugh. I didn't get anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, why just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier? Only if you focus on getting to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. Ehehehe. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so. So maybe you should wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Aw, but I was joking that time. Man, is it possible to tell with you sometimes? Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Jade, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I feel to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is wrinkled on a sheet of loose paper torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching out into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Oh no. I'll go with our bestie. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Jade. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little bit more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Jade poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I could feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy, just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in a club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but it doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Jade. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here, but then again, I cannot deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm just gonna make sure that you have lots of fun here, okay? That would be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to it then. Yay. Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Hehe. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleep from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad, I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. I mean, a mood. A mood for a foodie, but avocado toast is where it's at. It is where it's at. Now I want bread. Ew. Okay. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. It is bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hehe. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? I'm gonna go with Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it through. So it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my own voice? I'm sorry. Yuri bears her hand in her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take a while for Yuri to get used to new people. It's fine, I didn't really notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there's specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize is in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once again, Yuri finds her train of thought. It's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing a poem, even a simple poem. Not just finding them, but building them But getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future I bathe, claim, breathing, air of the present but living in the past. The light tickles, I flicker back. I flicker back. There we go. 1 second. Okay. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Girl, your handwriting looks like a computer font that I need. Okay? But it took you a long time to read. Well, I don't read script very often. Same. Neither do I. I actually think your handwriting is really pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. No, not at all. I'm really glad you like it. To be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Jade. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember what poets often express in their thoughts and feelings and experiences in their works. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in their last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. Hadn't even thought about that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I have to keep trying. Counting on you. Talk to Monica next. Jeez. Hi, Jade. Having a good time so far? Ah, yes. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid bringing things up. I'm so much better off with the flow now. With the flow until I'm more settled in, you know? Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Jade. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's the sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. Oh. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Ah, well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there's also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being, even if you show it in different ways, but it ends up being more similar than you think. So, I think that kind of vibe is what I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing is has a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. You shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things too. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing these things. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find a style that suits you. Everyone else may be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find out what you suit the most. So don't force yourself to write away what everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Damn, this is a long-ass poem. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction. The spackle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. A reel blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the mingleless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a whole infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Damn, who the hell is this he? So what do you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it could be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyways, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen at the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Well, Natsuki's last. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just don't invoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But it isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves. Your writing style, wouldn't that make your message any less vivid? Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write it about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I make it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, now did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. It's a literature club after all. I sigh. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. I laid my eyes on Yuri and Natsuki. I gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What is this language? Did you say something? No, oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feeling like giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just mean the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice, you say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Jade liked it too. So basically on that, I'll give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Jade liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Oh, she got her. She got her. That's not what Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Jade appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. How did you even know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I was the one with whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Jade started showing up. Nuts! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Jade, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Let me explain that to her, Jade. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Jade? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? Yo, I was minding my own business. It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they're probably more likely to think high of me. So of course it's gonna be, yo, I agree with both of them. So you know what? Sayori, you're gonna have to help me out. Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words ahead of my mouth. Instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri? Yuri's expression is so defensive that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Yeah? Everyone is fighting. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting like this when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Jade? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into a conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri about what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me. Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes. Oh, stop. Audacity. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in their head. Everyone's so talented. Why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same way as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I could even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Huh. Nah, it's not like I could blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see herself get hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little bit more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly... Jade, how about you? I'd say the same. It was Neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least try to do a better job of impressing those who I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Jade? Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hehe. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I've spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying that either. Sayori. But what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of stuff happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like this. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Jade, it's nice getting to spend some time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone likes you too. That's... Eehee. Every day's gonna be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah. Let's do this. And that's where I'm gonna end it for now. We'll come back to this at a whole nother time whenever I have free time next. Gonna save that. And I'm gonna quit for now. That's where we're gonna leave it for now. That was an era. See you guys next time on JJ's Cooking.